Gentlemen, as you already know, as each week we come to you live here from New York City, and we know it's the coffee hour. It's you and I together, and we're going to be here for the next hour. And as we come in every Friday, we hope that you will too. Thank you so much for being along with us. My name is Frank Allan, and today we are going to get through this hour as quick as we can. We've got to talk about a lot of things today. I've got the weather forecast for New York City, and of course, when you guys come in, of course, hopefully you'll have weather for us too. We want to invite you all to come in. And if this is your first time here on the Coffee Hour, please don't make it your last time if you're new to the show. I want to say hi to all of you guys out there in Facebook land and all over YouTube land. You're watching us. We simulcast each week as we come along to you, each week bringing you the Coffee Hour. And a whole lot of fun. If you have anything that you want to talk about, please feel free. All you have to do is just type it in. I'll see it right there on the big screen. And we'll take care of everything that we have to take care of today. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's raise our cups and salute. May I shoot up? After all, what would be the coffee hour without a little coffee? That's iced coffee today, and your choice is whatever you have today. Thank you so much for being along with us. Brian Kemp will be here starting the 2020 feature 20 minutes past the hour with sports update, the latest developments in today's world of sports. And I'm depending on DJ Pete to be here. I don't know if he's going to arrive yet. I haven't heard from him all week because if he's not going to be on the show live, he always sends us his information that we could read off. But so far, I haven't seen that. So I'm assuming he's going to be here with us. We'll see about that. If not, we'll take care of everything. We always do. Hey, I want to give that hearty hand clap, as I always do, to all of you guys out there, who always watch each week. And of course, that hand clap goes out to all of our friends. And maybe some people have families in the hospital business, doctors, nurses, and all other hospital employees who have been with us for all of this time during the pandemic. Also want to say hello and salute all the people over there. The firefighters, the police officers, and all of you guys, right? The first responders for being with us, and thank you so much for being along with us. And you have taken good care of us. You really have. The pandemic is not over yet, but we're looking forward to a complete cleanup of all of this. And for all of us to do that is to take care of ourselves. Everybody's getting vaccinated. Most people are, some people are not. But the reason why I keep pushing this issue is because it's very important, because the quicker everyone gets vaccinated, the quicker we could smash this pandemic and put it out of the picture altogether, and then go back to normal, which, in some cases, it looks that way. All of the arenas and live concerts and everything that's taking place, people are going to baseball games. As you can see, you watch the Yankees and the Mets on TV here in New York and other ballparks outside of town. You see they have full capacity crowds there. And so that's a good sign. If you like wrestling like I do, you see that they'll be coming back. Some of the divisions have gone back to their normal crowds, but then others are getting ready to get started sometime this month, maybe in a couple of weeks. Audience again. That looks good. I'm really happy about that. So you have all of that, and that's only due to the fact that you have taken care of yourself very well. You've gotten vaccinated, and you've taken everything with great precaution. Yes, DJ Pete is here. Just got word from him. He's here. He's going to be here. And it's a good morning. Good morning to you, DJ Pete, and everybody else out there who are coming in. I want to say hi to you guys who are coming in right now. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to join us, as I said, in conversation, you are entitled to do that. As a matter of fact, we do encourage. Now, since we're talking about the pandemic, as always, and I want to get it out of the way so we can get into the show, we have that information up there. If you are watching us on Facebook, you can look up there in the subject area, wherever the subject area is, however you're viewing this show, you'll see up there as you see where it says the name of the show and today's date and all of that. You see that? Well, underneath that, you have what they call COVID-19 testing. Right next to it or underneath it is the telephone number. That number is 718 638-7682. And by the way, that number is a local New York City number. But anywhere you are around the world, if you call that number, it will give you the same information as if you had a local number. But I'm sure wherever you are, you have a local number and local websites, how you can get all the information you need. You can talk to someone live. If you have any questions about COVID-19, they will be happy, more than happy, to answer all the questions you may have. So you have that number, and we urge you to use it. And we're going to keep that number up there for those of the people who don't watch this show live, and later on maybe they watch it on the rerun. The number will still be up in that area. So everybody, even if you missed the show live, the number will always be up there, and we will keep that number going until we don't need it anymore. And I hope that's pretty soon. I really hope that's pretty soon. Also, if you're living in the New York area, we have what they call a 311 number. That's a New York City number that covers everything in New York City, all kinds of information you want to know about where to go, the best restaurants, the best theaters, so on and so forth. People who travel here and tour, and they have a lot of tourists come in to New York City and they want to get information, they use that number. And that number, doesn't stop there for that kind of information there. If you have a complaint, like maybe there's a broken pothole, there's a pothole in the street that you want to have fixed, you don't want anyone to fall into it, so you're going to be the good Samaritan that you are, and you're going to call 311 and say, hey, there's a pothole. You give them a location, and they will tell you, okay, we'll be right there, we'll fix it up. No problem. And they'll do it, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people, this city is so big, a lot of people are really not sure on what's happening. So they depend on people like you to help out. And also that number could connect you to the same information I told you about COVID-19. You want to call them and ask questions, or you want to find out where to get tested, and you can do that, or find out where to get vaccinated. You could do that too. They have a list of numbers that they can get conveyed to you, just as the 718 number I gave you. And of course, all the local numbers around the world, around the country where you may have, you can get the same information. And if you're getting vaccinated, which we hope you do, you can go to any pharmacist, because now at this point, for the most part of it, you can walk right in without an appointment. Now, some people may still have appointments. They still may, require you to have that. But whatever it takes, you go get it. Now, as you already know, they have 3 vaccines on the market. They have J&J, which is Johnson & Johnson. They have the Moderna and Pfizer as well. So they have all of those. So you can choose from either one that you want. And if you have a hard time choosing, don't worry, because they're all effective vaccines, and they'll take care of you. So you take good care of yourself by doing that, going over there and checking it out. And please, it's very important, so we can get past this whole thing. Okay, if you're coming in, ladies and gentlemen, I see you are. So I want to say hello again once to you guys over there on Facebook. They're out there. Brian just came in. He's coming in just a few minutes with the latest developments in today's world of sports. And hello to Naoto out of Kobe, Japan. He's here too. Good evening to you. He says good evening because it's after 11 o'clock where he is right now. So happy weekend to you, Naoto. And having a good time here. Having a good time, man. We're going to continue to do that. Also, I want to say hello to all of the people. They are out there on YouTube as well. So listen, the good thing about this show, we simulcast every week. So if you don't get us on one outlet, you can get us on the other. If not Facebook, we're also there on YouTube, so you can pick your choice. And we're here again, as I said, every Friday. So as you come in, ladies and gentlemen, give us your weather report if you're outside of New York. I'll take care of the New York weather report. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. How about that? Should I do that right now? Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. New York City weather forecast. Right now, boy, we had, here in New York, we had some really, really warm weather out here. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, last week, we went way up into the 90s, almost to 99, and it felt like 105 degrees. And it's still, it's cooled off now because we had a lot of rain last night. A lot of rain, so much so that even underground in the subway, they started flooding. They had to send people out there to siphon all of that water out of there. it was a lot. They even used paper bags to put around their bodies so they can get, because they were like knee deep in water. So the subways flooded. And it looks like today, as we speak this morning here in New York, there are no delays on the subway, so they kind of cleared it up. Everything looks better now. But we had a lot of rain, and we had some this morning, and it looks like the sun is trying to peek out. We hope that it's that way. But here it goes anyway. We have 72 degrees outside right now, our current temperature. And for today, it's going to be a few showers this morning and numerous of thunderstorms developing during the afternoon hours. We'll have a high around 86 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain have dropped to 70% as opposed to where we were last night, like 100%. For tonight, it's going to be scattered thunderstorms during the evening and with mainly clear skies after midnight. So that sounds like good news to me. We'll have a low around 70 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain will be 60%. So the percentage is dropping. For tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 84 degrees, winds north and at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It doesn't say anything about rain for Saturday here in New York, so that's good news. Mostly cloudy for Saturday night, slight chance of rain showers, and we'll have a low around 70 degrees, and winds will be light and variable. And as we wrap up our weekend for Sunday, it's going to be mostly cloudy early with showers developing later in the day. We'll have a high 82 degrees and winds will be light and variable, and the chance of rain, again, percentage drops down to 40%. And as we repeat, our current temperature here in New York City, it's 72 degrees, and I'll take it. It's not bad. You know, they said for Saturday it's going to be bad. We're going to find out what's the weather like in your area. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys as you come along. It's now 12 minutes past the hour here. And of course, we have more information too as we move along later on in the program. What we're going to have for you, we're going to give you our picks of the movies, Turner Classic Movies, those classic movies. I love those movies. I have picks for you. We'll talk about that and all kinds of other things and all kinds of great things. So, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy. So anyway, that's where we are. That's where we stand right now. I forgot to give you a website because we were talking about the COVID, right? Yeah, I gave you all the numbers, but I have a New York City website for those of you who live in New York City. And if you want to know where to get the vaccine, get vaccinated, it goes like this. It's nyc.vaccinelist.com. That's nyc.vaccinelist.com. Go there. They have a list of places where you can go. They can tell you where to go. Now, who knows? Check with your primary doctor. He may have a supply of vaccines, and he could administer it to you as well. And of course, as I said, you can go to these pharmacies and without an appointment in most cases. There are places where you can just drive in and stadiums open up. And they just want to make sure everyone is vaccinated. So please do that. A lot of people don't want to get vaccinated for a lot of reasons. And we talked about it so many times before, whether it's religious reasons or medical reasons or any kind of personal reason, they won't take it. But I've heard stories about people who didn't get vaccinated and wound up with COVID-19 and maybe not realizing how bad this COVID-19 is, not realizing. And when they finally hit home and they catch it and it hits them like a ton of bricks, they feel so bad about it. And then they start saying, I'm sorry I didn't get it when it came out on the market, when it was my turn. I'm sorry I didn't get it. But here's the good news. If you're a survivor of COVID-19, this is another chance for you. So go out there and get that vaccination. It's very important. It's important to me, as it should be to you as well, because we're all in this together. We're breathing the same air, and there's no way around that. We're in the same atmosphere. So therefore, we want to make sure that the air that I breathe and the air that you breathe are clean, and we help ourselves. Now, for those of you who are not vaccinated just yet, please understand that it's very important for you to make sure that you continue to wear your mask And it's important to continue to practice that 6 feet distance from your neighbor. Please respect the rights of others, of the neighbors. If you're going into some of the merchants, such as grocery stores, supermarkets, wherever people congregate, and you see a sign on the door that would say "No service, no mask," please respect that. Go in, because they won't serve you if you don't do it. Please respect the people who will ask you to do it. Now, if you're fully vaccinated, continue to carry your mask. And then, if you don't need a mask, but continue to carry a mask anyway, because you're going to hit public transportation. You might want to do that. You might want to jump in a cab where the Uber driver may say, we need you to put on your mask if I'm going to pick you up. And so at least you have it. Even if you're vaccinated, at least you have it. Now, they don't know. People pick you up. They don't know whether you're vaccinated or not. They don't know that. But it doesn't hurt to carry it. It's not heavyweight. I carry mine with me. When I don't use it, I keep it in my pocket, keep it in my breast pocket, because it folds up and it folds up nicely, and it doesn't bulge out, so no one's the wiser. And when I jump on the bus or the subway or something like that, then I can pull it out and put it on. And then when I'm out of there, I can just take it off and keep walking down the street. And we want, in the long run, for everyone to be happy. Okay, so do that. So I gave you all of that information. So just act accordingly. I see more people are coming in, so I want to say hello. You could say hello back too if you like. Say hello back. Naoto just gave me a weather forecast, by the way, which is very nice of him. Thank you very much, Naoto. First of all, he says, I'm surprised that NYT, I guess that's New York Transit, he's talking about NY1, that's New York One. NYT, that's a news outlet, or are you talking about transit? Anyway, New York One or Twitter. He's aware of New York One. Do you get New York One in Kobe, Japan, Naoto? Because he talks about it a couple of times. New York One or Twitter, or Soan says that the city is flooded by a tropical storm, Elsa. Yes, we're okay, Naoto. Everybody's okay. No one got hurt. Everybody's okay. And I talked about that earlier, probably before you came in, that we had subway floodings. They were really flooded. They were flooded to the max. And I saw it when I was in the green room before I came on the air. They showed images of people going downstairs, the workers anyway. They had to get these huge garbage bags, right, and put it over them. Wear it like they were wearing raincoats, and putting them, at their lower level of their body, so they could walk, because they were so knee deep in water. And so they had to flush all that water out. But I understand now things are running normal now, because that was from the overnight rain. And it was raining intensely last night, overnight. Oh, you should have seen it. You should have seen it. Street floodings. We had a lot of rain this morning. It stopped. It seems like the sun is kind of peeking out right now. We don't know how long that's going to last. But Naoto, thanks for asking. It's okay. Now, your weather forecast, Naoto, in Kobe, Japan, he has 73 degrees outside. It's going to be cloudy and humid. Cloudy and humid in Kobe, Japan. And that's for tonight. And southeast winds at 2.3 miles per hour. So there you go. You have that in Kobe, Japan. We're going to find out when Brian comes in, his weather forecast. DJ Pete, his weather forecast. They don't type it anymore. They actually do it on the air. So we're going to find out about that. And those of you who are watching right now, please give us your weather forecast as you come in and say hello. We really appreciate you. And the same thing for you guys too, over in YouTube land out there. If you're watching, please say hello, and we really would appreciate that. And by the way, the information I gave everybody on Facebook is the same information that you can get there on YouTube. If you look in the chat area at the very top, all of that information I conveyed to you is right there. So act accordingly. Whatever you get on Facebook, you're going to get on YouTube. There's no question about that. So there you go. And right now it's coming up to 20 minutes past the hour here on the coffee hour. And excuse me again while I shoot up. it's the kind of weather for iced coffee. You could drink hot coffee. It's probably cooler because iced coffee, they say, it opens up your pores. Hot beverages opens up the pores, while cold beverages close up. So kind of figure it out from there, which is going to keep you cooler, the cold or the hot. Anyway, we're going to go to sports right now. Charlotte, North Carolina, and Brian Camp is along with us. But before he starts his sports, Brian knows that usually on this particular day, July 9th, I usually call him like early. But I didn't do it this morning because I wanted to do this publicly and say to him, and DJ Pete already said it, and Naoto said it to them. Happy birthday, Brian, and now on top of happy birthday, happy anniversary to you as well.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you to you, my brother. It's always good to see another year. I pay more attention to my anniversaries than I do my birthdays than anything else. But yes, 59 years of living is a blessing, and it's great to be in the land of the living, and it's great to be here, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you to all. Good morning to Pete. Good morning to Naoto. Good morning to everybody on YouTube and out here on Facebook Live.
I said happy anniversary because it's you just said your anniversary, but you didn't say what anniversary it was.
It's my 10th wedding anniversry to my beautiful wife, Katina Whitfield Camp. Yes, it's 10 years.
He got married, and he got married on his birthday. He got married on his birthday. So, we're killing two birds with one stone. Happy birthday and happy anniversary. There you go.
Yes, I get two gifts now. And I woke up this morning, my granddaughter made me some breakfast, a bowl of cereal, but that's fine. That's great.
It's from the heart.
And woke up to some presents that was in my garage. It was a surprise, and they was able to get me a lot of my grill and smoking stuff, which I'll explain that another time. But it's great. I love it. It's really, really good, and I'm so happy to receive all these here gifts. But got a lot to talk about in this day of sports. We're going to start with first of all, I hope everybody's 4th of July was great and safe. Unfortunately, in the sports world, we lost somebody due to fireworks. In the National Hockey League, Columbus Blue Jackets goalie Matis Kavlensky had died from fireworks. It was an accident. He died from a chest trauma from an errant fireworks motor blast and from a fall. Police in Novi, Michigan said that the motor-style firework tilted slightly and started to fire towards people. And he was in a hot tub and tried to get clear with several other people. The initial autopsy determined that he died from a precursor injury caused by powerful blasts from the fireworks, which triggered major damage to his heart and lungs, according to police. He was taken to a local hospital where he had passed away. So our prayers to him and his family to get through this. Tell you that's why you got to be very careful with fireworks. Fireworks is not for everyone, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You don't even have to know what you're doing. Just try to stay clear. Just don't have to be anywhere near it. In the NFL says it's confirmed that it cannot confirm discrimination allegations by Eugene Chung, a former NFL offensive lineman claim of discriminatory comments during his interview for a coaching job. Chung told the Boston Globe in May that he was told he refused to identify the team and says that he wasn't trying to call anyone out. Now, Chung is a Korean American. He was born in his country, but his roots is from Korea, and he did not want to call anybody out for, to my guess, and it would make sense that, you don't want to call any organization out because for future references where you might want to go for a job in the NFL as a coach or assistant coach, but he was saying that he was discriminating. So that's where we stand. Major League Baseball just found out today that they're going to push 10 additional days, anywhere between 7 additional days, to the investigation of Trevor Bauer, who was accused of sexual assault, and a domestic violence restraining order filed against Bauer last Monday. The woman accused Bauer of strangling her to a point of unconsciousness during sex on multiple occasions. Repeatedly punched her in the face during sex and left her with injuries that require hospitalization. Bauer has denied the accusations. Investigators are digging into Bauer's history and questions of whether there have been other incidents at some point. Major League Baseball officials, which I think they will, investigate to speak to Bauer directly. Now, the Dodgers canceled Trevor Bauer's bobblehead night scheduled for August 19th and have removed all his merchandise from the team online store. Also, congratulations to, help me out, Naoto, Shohei Ohtani breaks Hideki Matsui's home run record by a Japanese player in a major league season. Now, Matsui has set the mark with the Yankees back in 2004. So this phenomenal baseball player, who is I consider him the modern day of Babe Ruth, who could pitch and knock the ball out of the park. He is very talented. He will be in the All-Star game coming up, and he's just on pace to really shatter many records and everything. Not saying that he's better than Babe Ruth, because I know there's a lot of Babe Ruth friends and fans and disciples out there who get all wound up when somebody is threatening their love Babe Ruth of being the greatest and everything. But so no, he's a phenomenal player, and I hope that he has a great career. So congratulations to him. In the Olympics, you probably heard that Sha'Carri Carey Richardson was banned from the Olympics roster and had tested positive for marijuana. This will cost her a chance at running on the relay team and her spot in the 100-meter individual race in Tokyo, Japan, for the Summer Olympics set for July 23rd. The positive test nullified her win at the Olympics trials in Eugene, Oregon last month. Richardson did admit she did take marijuana and apologized for it. She did say she knew it was, but it is legal in the state of Oregon to smoke marijuana, and places in California as well too. But it is banned by the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency in hours before a race. Now, the USADA says, one, this is their thing, that they don't allow it because, one, it enhances the performance. Two, it poses as a risk, a health risk. Three, it violates the spirit of the sport. Now, Nike has decided to still stand by her for other relay races. Nike has a way of standing by their athletes when sometimes they fall short, and when they do wrong, they still stand by. They don't jump ship like a lot of these here companies, all these endorsements that people are signed, that these athletes are signed to. So they're sticking by their clients, and they're gonna still pay them and still wait till this thing sit out. That's why it says she's innocent until proven guilty. She did admit it. She did apologize. I think we should move on, and this is where we're at. We're in a country where, we just celebrated 245 years of independence, and I think that America should not be so discriminating, just like against Eugene Chung. We could do better than that. America's been through lots of wars and been in some ways corrupt at times, but we've been able to stand tall. This is the greatest country on the planet, and we need to do better. We should be as one, instead of just discriminating and have this here division. But we're not going to get into politics because this is sports. So on this day, July 9th, in 1914, Boston Red Sox pitcher purchased the future Baseball Hall of Fame slugger Babe Ruth contract from the minor league Baltimore Orioles. In 1948, Satchel Paige, 42 years old, debuts in the majors, pitching 2 scoreless innings for the Cleveland Indians in St. Louis. 1953, Robin Roberts, not the lady that does Good Morning America, but the pitcher, Robin Roberts, ends a streak of 28 consecutive complete games. 1968, Wilt Chamberlain becomes the first reigning NBA MVP to be traded the next season when he moves from Philadelphia to the LA Lakers. 1988, Nolan Ryan is the seventh pitcher to win 100 games on two teams. He won 100 games with the Texas Rangers and 100 games with the Houston Astros. 1994, 11,000 home run was hit in New York Yankee history by Matt Noakes. Wow, that's a lot of home runs for the history of the New York Yankees. 2000, police fired tear gas at fans during a World Cup qualifying soccer game between Zimbabwe and South Africa, setting off a stampede that killed 12 people in Harare, Zimbabwe. Weddings today. 1966, Tom Seaver, Major League Hall of Famer, marries 21-year-old Nancy Lynn McTighe. And in 2016, fashion model Hannah Davis weds Yankee great Hall of Famer Derek Jeter. And birthdays. 1947, O.J. Simpson was born. I'm just giving names. Fred Savage, a young man that played in Wonder Years. Brian Dennehy, Tom Hanks, Richard Roundtree, many of you know him as Shaft, and yours truly, Brian Douglas Camp, was born on this day back in 1962. And that's sports.
I was going to ask you if you knew any people of notoriety that were celebrating birthdays. I'm glad you gave that information, though. Brian, earlier in your sports, you were talking about those fireworks, and I guess that just like triggered off a conversation about fireworks. And I always tell people, people who celebrate the 4th of July or any kind of event that displays fireworks, is leave the fireworks to the professionals, because they're very dangerous. You don't know what you're doing. There was something in the news not long ago, around the holiday. A person's house burned down because someone's shooting off illegal fireworks, and the whole house burned down. So they were evacuated. I don't know if anyone got hurt, or they didn't mention any deaths or anything, but the house burned down because someone shooting illegal fireworks. I guess the night before the 4th of July, across the street from where I live, another building, some people were shooting off fireworks coming on the street. They don't know what they're doing.
Wow. Well, did anyone get hurt? Was there any injuries?
No, not that I know of. I guess those fireworks went off about 2 minutes, and then they stopped. But I'm just saying that they're not professional people who do fireworks. They're not professional people. They just go up on the roof. They just go up on the roof. Leave the professional people to do it. The people, we have fireworks every year at the Macy's fireworks. Those are professional people. And when those people do those fireworks, they are far from public than a lot of people realize. They are far from public than people realize. They're nowhere near people. So this way, when they shoot them off, they go up in the air, and when they come down, they go into the water. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, listen. What do you got planned for your? You got double plans? Birthday, anniversary? What are you going to do this weekend?
This weekend, get preparation for coming to New York. Coming up on the 13th of July, which is on a Monday or Tuesday, and basically. Not much, just going to relax. My wife is taking me out today for our anniversary and / birthday. So we're just going to celebrate quietly. It's not much that we can't do, but we're just going to celebrate quietly.
Are you going to do this celebration Dutch style, being that both of you are celebrating the same anniversary?
Well, what we usually do, 1 year she'll treat, the following year I treat.
Oh.
This year she's treating. So we alternate years.
That sounds good. Well, listen, happy birthday, happy anniversary. I hope you enjoy your whole weekend.
Love you all. Thank you so much, everybody.
Take care, Brian. Bye-bye. All right, that was Brian Camp. Happy birthday to Brian Camp. And if those of you who are out there watching, give us a give him a shout. Give Brian a shout. Wish him a happy birthday. Even if you don't say anything to me, say something to Brian. Give him a happy birthday shout out there. So that's his wrap up on his session on today's World of Sports, part of the 2020 feature. Next up, coming up, 22 the hour, DJ Pete is going to be here. I'm glad to see that he's going to be here in the house today, and he's going to give us information about people of notoriety and, of course, recite all of those birthdays as well. In the meantime, DJ Pete gave us a weather forecast in Portland, Maine. It's going to be cloudy and rainy, and he's going to have a high 64 degrees, low 62 tonight, and there's a flood watch in effect. So him and I are sharing the same thing, flood watch. I don't know, maybe, I think in New York we kind of got over the main flooding because the percentage of rain is going down as the weekend moves on. So there you have it. If you have a weather forecast too, please, give us, let us know. And that'll be great. Anyway, if just tuning in, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We're here every Friday, and just in case you're joining us for the first time, this is what we do. You want to know about this craziness. This is what we do because we have nothing else to do. Nothing else. We're wasting time. No, I don't want to put it that way, but it's fun. We have fun together each week, and we simulcast on Facebook and YouTube together. So if you don't catch us on one, you can catch us on the other. And if you're here for the first time, don't make it your last time. Make sure that you make us your weekly habit. And of course, a little coffee too. So excuse me while I shoot up. Okay. So there, we covered about everything. And later on in the program, as I told you, I'm going to give you my picks of the weekend or for the weekend for classic movies from Turner Classics. I got that coming up for you, and a great round of a lot of other things. So thank you guys for so much. I want to continue to say hello to all of you guys out there. Wave to you guys there. Facebook, more people are coming in. I'm glad to see you guys out there. Thank you so much for being along with us. And again, the 4th of July is over now, but again, I go back to those fireworks. Please, if you're celebrating any kind of, some kind of event or something, and you think you need fireworks, well, hire a professional. Don't do it yourself. It's bad. It's you see how many people they get injured, and fortunately, I haven't heard anyone here in my area or in this country dying from fireworks. I haven't heard anything. I'm not saying they didn't, but I haven't heard anything. And if there's no news like that, then I'm satisfied. But leave all of that to the professionals, and that'll be great. Okay, it's 22 minutes to the hour right now. In a couple of minutes, DJ Pete will be here, and he's going to give us that information, of course, entertainment information. Listen, have you ever had a chance to check out my podcast? My podcast is called The Blue Cafe. The Blue Cafe, it's right there, and you can check it out. It's a little slow and a little behind schedule of getting more guests on right now, but we're gonna get there. But in the meantime, you can go there and check out the guests that I have interviewed in the past. The last interview I did was back in April. I did that with Bobby Rydell. Now, if you go there, you look up here, watching us on Facebook, look up in the subject area, or if you're watching us on YouTube, look in the chat area at the very top, and you see down at the very bottom, it says The Blue Cafe, and underneath all of that, it has the direct link. You can go to the direct link, and once you get there, you'll see all of the interview, all 3 interviews. Like I said, I did one with Bobby Rydell. I did one with Jimmy Clanton. Bobby Rydell, of course, he's the heartthrob, or as they would say, the idols, the 60s idol. And Jimmy Clanton was 1950s idol. And of course, I also did an interview with Bobby Wilson, the son of Jackie Wilson, who is now today's idol. And all of these guys are going back on stage doing their thing. I saw their post, and they're getting ready to go back on stage. So everything is happening. The COVID virus, it's subsiding, and people are going back to normal. So they're going to be doing their shows. But check it out after the show. not right now, after the show, go there and check it out. It's called the Blue Cafe, and I'll tell you more about it before we go off the air. But right now, let's go over to Portland, Maine, and I am so glad and happy for him to be here with us as usual. Mr. DJ Pete. DJ Pete, how are you today?
I am doing good. I'm a little damp right now because it is downpouring here in Portland right now.
Yeah.
I get my rain gear on because I'm heading out soon at 11 o'clock to go help someone. But anyway, hello to you, Frank, and to everybody out there, and a special hello and happy birthday to Brian. I got a lot of music news this week, so I'm going to cut to the chase really quick here. Born July 5th, 1938, Ronnie Self, U.S. rockabilly singer and songwriter. One of his famous tunes was Bobolina back in the day. Born this week, July 5th, 1950, Hugh Anthony Craig III, also known as Huey Lewis, lead singer and harmonica player for his band Huey Lewis and the News. One of his songs, The Power of Love, was featured in the movie Back to the Future. He's also an actor also, and he made appearances in many movies here and there over the years. Born this week, let me find it here, July 6, 1911, Laverne Sophia Andrews, one of the Andrews sisters. She was, now originally, I found something interesting here. They had there would have been a fourth sister, but she passed away at the age of 8 months, unfortunately. And Angelica, I think, was her name. No, Angeline was her name. But the rest of the woman, the sisters, had their own vocal group. The Andrews sisters. Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy is one of their famous tunes. Barmir Bis Duchesne, Beer Barrel Polka. I'm sure a lot of people would like that one. This tune, Beat Me Daddy, 8 to the Bar. It doesn't have anything to do with domestic abuse.
Right.
Beat means beat of the music.
Yeah.
Here, a lot of people sometimes misinterpret that.
That's right.
But they had a great career in the 1940s and later on with their big band sounds. Born this week, July 7th, 1913, Joe Willie Pinetop Perkins, American blues pianist, and played a lot of influential blues and rock with rock and roll performers over his years. He's got a Grammy Lifetime Award, Achievement Award, and an induction into the Blues Hall of Fame. Born this week, July 7th, 1940, Sir Richard Starkey, also known as Ringo Starr, English musician, singer, songwriter, actor also, well known for his time playing drums for the Beatles back in the 1960s and so on. Continuing, July 7th, 1916, Lloyd Tiny Grimes. Tiny was his nickname. American jazz and R&B guitarist. Some of his, let me find it here. He had a lot of great music here. And it's something that, to me, it sounds kind of like down and dirty blues, jump blues sound. He worked with Coleman Hawkins, Illinois Jacquet, Roy Eldridge, Screaming Jay Hawkins, and Red Prysock were in his band at one time. That's pretty neat. Let's see. We also have born July 9th, 1916, Joseph Christopher Liggins Jr., also known as Joe Liggins, American R&B jazz blues pianist who led his band, Joe Liggins and his Honey Drippers. If you ever hear about the Honey Drippers, I think there was a 80s or 90s group that was based on their music. Some of his tunes, was, let me find it here, Pink Champagne, Little Joe's Boogie, some really great stuff. Born July 10th, 1958, Bella Fleck, American banjo player. He now just because he plays a banjo doesn't mean he goes into other styles of music. He actually does jazz fusion, bluegrass, folk, classic, and folk rock, and I'm sure some other styles of music too. Well known in the music world for his banjo playing. And finally, I'm going to end with two of the most famous musicians, artists who have birthdays this week, coincidentally. First one, Louis Jordan, born July 8th, 1908, American saxophonist, multi-instrumentalist. That means he could play a lot of different styles, different types of instruments. He sort of created the sound of what's known today as jump blues, where in the late 30s he was working for Chick Webb's big band. And when he went and started his own solo career, he put a band together known as a Timpani Five, and he took the sounds of big band music and compressed it into a 5-6 piece band. Okay, traditionally, if anyone knows anything about music, in an orchestra or a big band, you have first trombone, second trombone, third trombone, and they all play different parts of the music, which actually gives it that really wonderful sound. But he took those parts and compressed everything together, and his music influenced a lot of people, including another person who was born this week, July 6, 1925, Bill Haley of Bill Haley's Comets. Now, both of these artists, Louis Jordan and Bill Haley, most of their music was recorded at Decca Records. Milt Gabler was their producer. Some of Louis Jordan's tunes, Saturday Night Fish Fry, Choo Choo to Boogie, Bill Haley also covered that tune. Knock Me a Kiss, Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Beat, Five Guys Named Mo. On Bill Haley's side, his famous tune, Rock Around the Clock, See You Later Alligator, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and many more. In my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, these two guys are probably the best in the music business, and it's great that their birthdays are very close together also. I actually got to work with some of Bill Haley's Comets a number of years ago. They were still playing in their 60s and 70s, and a bunch of great guys. And that's what I have for this week, Frank.
Okay, beat me, daddy, 8 to the bar. You know what? You know how I interpret that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't beat me, daddy, 8 to the bar. I mean, meet me. I'll beat you there.
Yeah.
The drinks are on me. I don't know. Hey, listen, I got some birthdays of today, and Brian, here's another few of your collections of birthdays who's celebrating birthdays with you today. Actress Courtney Love is 57 today. Debbie Sledge of the famed Sister Sledge, she's 67. Remember Vince Edward, Dr. What was the name of that show? Ben Casey. Actor Vince Edwards, he's no longer with us. He would have been 93 today. Ed Ames of the Ames Brothers, he's still around and kicking. He's 94 today. And Alan Dale, who was a singer, he had his own show back in the 50s. He would have been 96 today. So those are the birthdays of today. And DJ Pete, I'm glad that you're here. What's happening for the future?
Not much right now. Events here in Maine are slowly starting to come back.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. So
we already have some big events being booked, and but later on this fall, and we're hoping we'll get some more and get back to work here.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play the whole thing by ear, but I'm glad to see you here today.
Yeah, thank you very much. And, great to hear from you. Happy birthday to Brian and anybody else having a birthday today. And hopefully we'll catch you next week.
Absolutely. You take care of yourself. Have a good weekend.
Have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye. That was DJ Pete, ladies and gentlemen. Always good to see him when he comes in, and of course, he always brings up that information, part of his 2020 feature, as he comes in 20 to the hour each week, bringing you information about, as you know, the people of notoriety, and they'll recite all of those birthdays that they celebrate. And by the way, you can catch DJ Pete's radio show, and of course, you can check him out at www.radio-airwaves.co.uk. And then you can catch him every Monday between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. and every Thursday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. You can also catch him on WMPG Radio in Portland, Maine. That's where he lives. And if you can't pick up that station, there's always the website at www.wmpg.org. And that's every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. All times are Eastern and USA and Canada. So check him out, DJ Pete and his radio, good music. And some of the people that he be talking about, he plays their music. So check him out. Check out all those times. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. If you're just joining us, you're tuned to the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be here for the next less than 10 minutes from now. We're going to just go into the air and vanish like mist. Anyway, we thank you so much for being along with us. And just in case you're just joining us for the very first time, please note that you should not make this your last time. Always make it, make us your weekly habit. That's what we're looking forward to. It's a weekly habit. And of course, you're always, welcome to say whatever you have to say here. If you have anything to say, you want to join in the conversation, because we're like family here. So that's what we do. Again, happy birthday to Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp is celebrating. He mentioned it, so I guess I can mention it all. He's celebrating his 59th birthday today. And there you go. It's nice. It's great to be alive and live that long. So happy birthday, Brian. And of course, happy anniversary to him and his wife, Katina. That's my sister-in-law. I love her, Katina. And he's going to be doing his thing this weekend. He's going to take it easy and relax. He deserves it. So we all deserve a little kindness on our birthday, and whenever you celebrate yours. And of course, if you're celebrating a birthday, then happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating one, I would like to know that. Let me know, and then I'll acknowledge you. But for the rest of you who are celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday, and many, many more. If you're celebrating a birthday this weekend, not necessarily today, happy birthday, and that'll be great. So, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me once again while I shoot up. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, this is the time when I should give you the information that I usually give every week. And I am talking about giving you information about those classic movies, Turner Classic Movies. You like classic movies, right? Turner Classic Movies, they come out with some really good stuff each week. And each week, as you already know, I always give you my picks of the week. So just in case you want to just check it out, sometime this weekend. And the only problem is I only have one pick this week. Not that Turner Classic is not on a roll here, but I pick certain ones that I think you're going to be, that I always recommend. All right. And I only have one this weekend. And so it comes on today, as a matter of fact. It's called A Raisin in the Sun. It's a Sidney Poitier movie, A Raisin in the Sun, along with Ruby Dee. And that comes on. That was back in 1961. That's a great classic movie. I love it. I could watch it a million times without even being tired of it. Back in 1961. So it comes on Turner Classic Movies. It comes on this afternoon at 5:45 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. And the theme, I don't want to give the whole movie away, but the theme of the movie is about a African-American family whose mother, Sidney Poitier's mother, husband passed away and left him with a certain amount of money, and he was trying to get a little bit of that money so he could open up a liquor store. It's his own business. But you'll have to watch that movie. It's a great movie. It's called A Raisin in the Sun. and it's great. I hope you get a chance to watch it. Now, if there's a movie, if you don't like that one, which I'm sure you will, but there are others. All you have to do is go to the guide, Turner Classic Guide, right? And go through it, and you find other movies. I'm pretty sure that you might be interested in. They're right there. But that was just one of my picks. And of course, there are other things that you can do. If you're a cable subscriber, all you have to do is go to your cable box and hit on demand and look at it, and you see all of Turner Classic Movies is right there. You can hit on that icon, and it'll give you all of the great classic movies right there. Not only that, you have other networks. Maybe there's a TV show that you missed, and it's right there. You could check it out. Some of those wrestling shows that I like, that, if you like wrestling like I do, you can go on to some of those networks that they broadcast on and check out the backlog of the past events that they did. You can go do that, and other networks and other TV shows, comedy shows, whatever. It's all there, and you can make a good weekend out of it. So if you're not doing anything this weekend, anything important, you just want to laze around the house, why not catch up on some movies? And that's a good way to do it. But again, my pick is A Raisin in the Sun with Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee, and that's on tonight, this afternoon at 5:45 p.m. on Turner Classic Movies. It's coming up to 3 minutes to the hour. We have 3 minutes to go in the show, and I want to thank all of you for being around with us. I see more people are coming in, so I just want to acknowledge you guys for being here. And again, make sure that you come back again and again. Just do that. We have a lot of fun here, and those of you who are celebrating weddings, you have a wedding coming up, bar mitzvah, all of that stuff. I just want to acknowledge all of that. Just whatever your celebration is this weekend, I just want to acknowledge that. And by the way, whatever you do, please do it on the safe side. And remember, please, these events are coming along. Weddings are back, bar mitzvahs, and all of those things that people congregate. Make sure that all of you guys are vaccinated. And this way, it'll take a less strain off of your event, and no one has to wonder. And it would be a good thing if you knew that everyone that you invited to your party or your house was vaccinated. And this way, it takes that strain off. It takes that wonderment of whether or not, if there's someone in my house that haven't been vaccinated, please do that. It's just as easy. It's just easy, and it doesn't hurt. You don't even feel it. And again, they have the three different kinds of vaccines that you can use, of course. Like I told you before, they have the J&J, Johnson & Johnson. By the way, Johnson & Johnson only requires one shot. That's all you need with Johnson & Johnson. With the Moderna, it's 2 shots. With the Pfizer, another 2 shots. Now, have you heard the story about Pfizer? They're saying that, I don't know, it's kind of confusing, and I really wish they wouldn't do it. You don't want to go against science. Science says one thing, and the company says another thing, that after 6 to 12 months after you took your second shot of Pfizer, you may need a booster shot. I'm now. See, now you got me confused. I don't know if this has happened. Whatever it takes. But I just want to know the facts. What's going on here, because as you already know, we've got another rage. There's places in Minnesota that I understand that didn't really their numbers hasn't gone down as far as the virus is concerned. People are still getting sick, and that's the reason why I push this issue of getting their vaccines, getting vaccinated. I always push that issue. I have to push that issue. And I will continue to push that issue. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to leave. But before I go, don't forget to check out my podcast, The Blue Cafe. And it's on, you can go right there. You look at the top. If you're watching us on Facebook, you're watching us on YouTube, on YouTube, it's up in the chat area, right at the bottom. Facebook, right up at top over there on the subject area. Way at the bottom, it says Blue Cafe, and it's a direct link right there. And you can check it out. 3 great interviews. They were an hour apiece, and I hope you enjoy them. We have more coming up on the way, but we'll announce all of that. Don't forget to check me out also every Thursday night between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. on right here on Facebook. and of course YouTube. And the name of that show is called Talk Back Live, and you can talk back to us just like you talk to us here on the Coffee Hour. Other than that, I will be back here next week, same time, same station, YouTube and Facebook, and of course we'll be here together. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day, a great weekend, and I'll see you back here next week. So long, and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.